With a thoughtful gaze, Krishna elaborated, the first is the body, the foundation upon which all actions are carried out. Next comes the doer, the ego within each of us that drives intention and effort. Third are the senses, the instruments through which we perceive and interact with the world. Fourth is the effort, the force and dedication we pour into each task. And lastly, there is the Supreme Being, the unseen power guiding and sustaining everything. Krishna then emphasized the interconnectedness of existence. Know this, Arjuna, every deed we perform, whether through our physical actions, speech, or even our thoughts, is influenced by these 5 factors. They are the building blocks of all our experiences, determining the paths we tread in life. In these words, Krishna revealed profound truths about existence, urging Arjuna, and by extension, all listeners, to act with detachment, to understand their place in the cosmic order, and to trust in the divine plan. Standing atop the chariot, with the clash of weapons echoing around him, Krishna's eyes met Arjuna's, and he spoke gravely, "But beware, Arjuna. There is a great folly that many fall into. The person who believes that the self alone is the cause of all actions, disregarding the roles of the body, senses, effort, and the divine power. This person is clouded by ignorance. Such thinking shows a lack of true knowledge and wisdom." The weight of Krishna's words pressed upon Arjuna's heart, but the divine teacher continued. "Listen carefully, Arjuna, there is a higher state of being, where one transcends the grip of the ego. Those who have freed themselves from attachment to their own minds and bodies, even if they must engage in this fierce battle and take lives, are not truly the cause of those deaths. Their actions do not bind them because they act without personal desire." Krishna then shifted his explanation, revealing deeper layers of life's workings. Consider this, Arjuna. 3 elements drive every action: knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower who seeks to understand. Similarly, every action itself involves 3 essential components: the senses that perceive and act, the action that unfolds, and the doer who initiates it. Krishna's voice remained calm and clear as he spoke of the intricate dance of the universe. The ancient teachings reveal that knowledge, actions, and the people who act can be understood through the qualities, or gunas, of nature. These are the threads that weave reality. Let me explain their distinctions to you. With this, Krishna illuminated the first type of knowledge. The highest form of knowledge is when a person perceives the one unchanging truth that connects all beings. They see past differences and understand that every living soul is part of a greater whole. This is the knowledge that arises from the mode of goodness, leading to harmony and unity. Arjuna listened closely, absorbing these profound truths, as Krishna revealed the path to wisdom and liberation amid the trials of life and battle. Krishna's gaze remained steady as he continued to guide Arjuna through the profound lessons of life. "But there is another type of knowledge," he said, his voice carrying both gravity and compassion. "It arises when a person sees each living being as completely separate from one another, believing that every body houses a different soul entirely disconnected from the rest. This view causes division and emphasizes difference above unity. Such knowledge comes from the mode of passion." He paused, allowing Arjuna a moment to absorb this thought. Then, Krishna's tone shifted, carrying a note of gentle warning. "And lastly, there exists knowledge in the mode of ignorance," he said. "This is when a person becomes focused on one small, limited thing, unable to see the greater whole. They become trapped in trivial or even false beliefs, unable to discern true reality from the illusions before them." Krishna then turned to the nature of actions themselves. "Picture this, Arjuna," he began, "a person who goes about their duties calmly and without becoming attached to the outcome. They do not let their actions be swayed by strong likes or dislikes, nor do they seek reward or recognition. Their work flows steadily and purely, like a tranquil river cutting through a serene landscape. Such actions belong to the mode of goodness, bringing peace and balance." But Krishna's expression grew more serious as he continued, "Now imagine another person who works tirelessly, driven by pride, ambition, or the desire for personal gain. They pour all their energy into their tasks, but their work is marked by tension, striving, and a restless mind. This type of action stems from the mode of passion, fueled by ego and desire." Finally, Krishna painted a different picture. "Consider someone who acts without understanding what they do or why they do it. They fail to consider the harm their actions might cause or the consequences that follow. They take on tasks they cannot finish, stumbling through life without direction or purpose. These actions, clouded by confusion, belong to the mode of ignorance. Krishna's voice carried the weight of timeless wisdom as he spoke to Arjuna, painting vivid portraits of different paths one might walk in life. Consider a person who works freely, without a shred of arrogance or a need to feel superior. They remain calm and positive, no matter the outcome of their efforts, and maintain focus through all circumstances, whether success or failure. This way of working, with balance and detachment, belongs to the mode of goodness. Krishna's expression grew more intense as he described another kind of worker. Then, there is the person who chases after rewards and recognition. Driven by greed and selfish desires, they may at times be aggressive in their pursuits. Their happiness rises and falls with success and failure, leaving them trapped in cycles of joy and despair. This relentless seeking and attachment to outcomes mark actions in the mode of passion. Krishna's gaze softened with empathy as he described yet another way of being. Now imagine someone who is lazy and unmotivated, often dishonest or careless in their duties. They delay tasks without concern and rarely put effort into doing things well. Such a person frequently feels disheartened and detached from their purpose. This way of working is rooted in the mode of ignorance.